spins a web any size. Catches thieves just like flies. Look out! Here comes the spy.
Welcome back.
How's it going, everybody?
Wait, who's talking right now?
I am
Who's back?
Jake Wilcox.
Ah,
How you feeling? A little under the weather, eh?
I'm getting better. I'm better. I feel good. It's just the cough is still there, and so I apologize in advance for any coughing you hear during this video. They're not sponsored coughs, so don't be confused about that.
You hucking a lot of halls?
I took a Halls before now, and I'm hoping these beers will help too.
Oh yeah, beers loosen up the vocal cords. There's the first one.
That's the first one.
There's the first one. We'll get a count going. If you cough over 30 times during this podcast, you will donate $10 to a charity of my choice.
It has to be about coughing, though.
Okay, so like laryngitis.
Yeah.
Okay.
I notice when I laugh.
Was that a cough?
I don't know. Because
There's
let's try that. Let's have a serious podcast today.
Okay,
because
sorry.
If I laugh, I'll cough.
You're gonna laugh. You're already laughing. Oh boy.
Well, what do we got today?
Well, we haven't seen each other in a while.
It's true.
Anything new?
Not really.
I got something.
Okay.
So I'm a little relieved actually in my life. I was kind of going on a little bit of a journey.
Okay.
And this is a little personal, but I'm going to say it because I feel like it needs to be said. This is for all the people who are also dealing with this, and it's very empowering, and I feel like it needs to be said. So I'm just going to come right out and say it. I don't identify as a male anymore.
Okay. So what do you identify as?
A person. Okay?
All right.
I've decided to so like there's a gender neutral pronouns that you can go by instead of his. So you wouldn't call me his. Like do you identify as a male, Jake?
Yeah.
So I would say like his beer, her, like for a girl it'd be her beer. For me, it could be like zer beer.
Or its beer?
It's, yep. Or their beer. Even though it's me, it's their beer. Or it could be air beer. EIR.
So what made you come to this decision?
I just feel like it wasn't fair that the doctor and my parents decided my gender for me.
They didn't.
But that's what I've come to the conclusion, that they decided my gender for me for some reason. That's something I believe now.
Okay.
And, yeah, so you can call me, like, if you're talking about me, you could say per, or, yeah.
Do you have a certain something that you'd want to be referred
I like
to?
per.
So per?
Yeah, like a person, I'm a person.
Okay. So that's per's beer?
Yeah. Or if you're talking about, like, like himself, it could be like per self. That's a thing, too.
Oh, okay.
Or zer self.
That's really, really fucking dumb.
There's a lot of pronouns that you can use. Non-binary gender identifiers.
That's not. This is that's silly.
You think it's silly?
That's very silly.
Tell me why you think it's silly.
Because you're a male.
I do have male reproductive organs, but does that necessarily mean I'm a male?
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I feel better that I'm saying that I'm not, though, for some reason.
I don't understand.
You know how I heard about this?
Where?
There was a school teacher. I can't remember. It might be in Toronto, and his students were they were forcing him to use these gender neutral pronouns when identifying them. Okay, so it's like, did he hand in his paper? They'd be like, nope, you can't say that. See, you need to use gender neutral pronouns, and it's actually in the human rights that Canada has, or North America has. I think it's Canada specifically, and the U.S. too. That you have to, you cannot refuse to use those those gender neutral.
You can't.
pronouns.
Like you can refuse.
You can't refuse.
Oh, you can't.
No, if they tell you to call them by those like other pronouns, then you must. Or they can sue you for social trauma, or you could get charged because it's pretty stupid.
Why do these things happen?
I don't know. You know what's funny is that you can say the N-word, and you might get beat up by one of those people, but the the charges that would come against you are very little in comparison to what would happen to you if you refuse to call somebody by their preferred pronoun.
Has there actually been a proven case where somebody's been...
This teacher might get fired.
Why? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, there's a YouTube video. I haven't watched it. I just read the article. But there's a YouTube video of these specific kids taping... Or someone was taping...
Are they just trolling? Or are they being serious?
No, this is real.
So I don't understand. So okay, so you're not identifying yourself as a gender. But nobody's saying you have to, I guess, but it's kind of just assumed logically that we separate males and females because of the obvious differences.
Right. The
it's not. It was never a reason to offend anyone.
But it is now.
Which is so fucking dumb, and it just goes to show how fucking sensitive we are now, and how silly this world's becoming. And I'm so glad Trump won.
Yeah, but Trump's not here in Canada, where Trudeau's a social activist. Trudeau encourages this kind of behavior.
How can you encourage this kind of behavior?
He does, though. He's for people thinking outside the box.
So we can't say himself, herself, like that. Like, we're not supposed to say that.
If they want to be called.
But we shouldn't have to ask. Like, that's stupid. So
they'll tell you.
Anybody new you meet, you have to be like, all right,
can't assume
so what do you
gender.
identify yourself as?
Yes. You can't assume their gender.
It's so fucking stupid. That's so stupid.
Can I take it to the next level now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is real too. And this is in our city. I've seen it. Ready?
It's in our city?
Oh, this is at schools. I've been told that by some of my friends at school that they have driven past certain high schools and seen this being done. Are you ready? This is taking this is taking identifying as something to the next level. There are people called, and this is just an example. Do you know what a foxkin is?
Oh.
That is a prone.
Are these those people with tails running around?
Yes, this is the same. This is on the same level where they want to identify as a fox. So they're not only are they not identifying as a male or female, now they're not even identifying as human. They're identifying either as a partial animal or a full animal. So they're totally neglecting the fact that they're humans, and they identify completely as animal or only partially as animal. It could be spiritually, or some people actually believe they are a fox.
I've seen a video of a girl who says she was raised by wolves, and she's a wolf, and she puts a tail on, and she howls, and I think it's really weird.
But this is a reality for some people.
This can't be real. Like, I don't believe this is trolling. Like,
you think? You think that it's all trolling?
I think that there's some fucked up people out there, but I think most of it's got to be trolls.
Because I would do it for trolling 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was doing it at work, just trying to piss people off, like to see. Because I kind of just heard about this. So anytime someone's, I announced it. I brought them all in the back, and I announced that I'm no longer identifying as a male, and that I would like to be called a person. So and then I told them all the different variations: pers,
okay,
per self. And anytime they screwed up, I'd be like, per. And they, like, it was at first they thought it was funny, but I did it for the whole shift. And by the end of it, they were actually going along with it for the most part and actually remembering to do it. So it is possible to get people to transition into it. Obviously, I don't want them to do that anymore but I was definitely 100% trolling. But there are people out there that this is a reality.
The people that are serious about this are the most weak-minded, stupid people. Because the only reason you're doing this is to feel important, to crave some sort of weird attention that you think you deserve, and to try to separate yourself from the common person. and say that you're all these things. It's just a sad reality that's happening because of parents that are fucking retarded and don't raise their kids with some certain respects. And this is just going to keep happening until we live in fucking Looney Tune land where everybody can run around doing whatever they want.
That's what's happening. That's where we're going. That's going to happen. Everything you just said, Looney Tune land, that's happening like soon. Like we're going to be able to do whatever we want, which is like the opposite of what the law, like they're creating laws for these people to protect their rights.
Like what is happening? Who's passing these laws?
No, they're loopholes,
like they're just,
man. They're not specific.
Well, then somebody needs to be like, okay, well, I'm going to get rid of this loophole and say that you have to identify as either a male or female because that's all there is. That you're not a fox. Like there's no human fox hybrids out there. There's not. You can fuck a fox, but there's not going to be a fox kid.
Foxkin.
There won't. It's not possible.
Can you identify as one?
No. No, you can't. You shouldn't be able to legally be allowed to identify yourself as foxkin.
What about the transgenders, though? The ones that actually go through with
the ones that actually switch to male?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Do you believe that they actually, like, they feel inside that they identify as a female, so they switch their body parts to meet their needs?
My opinion on that? Here's the thing. I don't know because I've never felt that before, and I couldn't imagine what feeling like a female feels like. That because I'm a male.
They truly probably feel trapped in there.
Yeah, maybe that is the reality, but I don't understand it, and I never will. But I can respect the fact that they're switching. Like we live in a crazy time where you could switch. I could switch to being a female, and if I wanted to identify myself as a female, I guess that's okay. But it's weird when you get like that. I don't know. It's a weird line. There's a weird line because.
What do you have against the fox people, Jake?
Fox people are like, I don't like that at all. That just like, what are we just? That just feels like we're heading towards like anarchy where there's no laws and people are running around being dumb. But there's technology that you can switch to a female, and I guess that's okay.
Okay. I've
accepted that because it's real.
Now, what if they create a technology to transform someone into a fox? Would that change your mind?
I had a feeling you were going to go there. You know what? That's probably where I draw the line.
Just like you go.
You can switch genders.
Imagine you went on a date like
with a fox.
Imagine like, so who'd you go on a date with? So it was this really nice monkey that I met at the bar the other night, and she was hanging out with her friend. She was a hippopotamus, and
you can switch to a male or a female because you have a mom and dad. Like in most cases, you have a mom and a dad, or a brother and a sister,
yeah.
And you grew up seeing both genders, and somewhere inside you decided that you didn't like the gender you were, and you decided that you were trapped in the other gender's body. And with help of the modern technology, you decided to switch. And that's socially accepted now. And I think that's where we should draw the line. That should be the last step. You can be gay now. You can be a female if you're a guy. Like, that's so accepting. Like, how many more rules or how many more things do we need to give to people before they... Because it's only going to get worse. The more we keep saying, you know what, that's cool. You know what, that's cool. The stupider it's going to get.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think the... What percentage of the transgender community do you think is actually originally gay and maybe thought that by switching to the other gender, it would feel more socially acceptable that if they were a woman and they wanted to date men, it would now be a woman dating a man instead of a man dating a man, or the other way around?
So what percentage do I think?
Like, do you think there's a big percentage of that, or do you think they actually truly believe that they're a woman trapped in a man's body, or the other way around?
I hope the people who switch genders feel that kind of trapped, because why else?
Well, to justify their gay feelings, because for a long time
to be socially accepted.
Yes, because for a long time, gay people were oppressed.
I don't know, like that's hard to say now because it's so accepted.
Yes,
I can see that maybe 10 years ago, but because being gay is so open now and it's cool, like it doesn't matter, like nobody really cares that you don't really need to switch. But then people say that they're trapped in a man's body, and I guess if you're trapped, you got to get out, right?
Right.
But I don't know. If you ask me, there's a lot of other issues with certain types of people, and might be controversial. But if you ask me, people who have switched genders, not all of them, but some of them, they switch and they're still pretty fucked up.
Fair. It's a fair opinion. I'm guessing you don't really want to elaborate on that. Or do you?
Not really. Like,
okay.
You can... It's like... Some people, it's like, they just... It's like, wow, they let me actually do this? They let me switch to a female? Oh my god. Oh, I still don't have the intent. Oh, nobody cares anymore. Like, oh no, like... Oh, I gotta start being fucked up now. I gotta get more attention. Like... Sure, there's people who actually feel trapped, and then there's people who just fucking love attention. And they're willing to switch anything. They're willing to do anything. That's why they're willing to be fox people. That's why they're willing to... Some people don't switch because they feel trapped. Some people just want attention. It's like, oh, everybody's going to notice me if I switch genders. Like, yeah, well, they will. Mm-hmm. And then...
like, if you went to high school with somebody, and then all of a sudden they were a female after being a male for so long, you 100% would see that, especially if they're posting pictures on social media.
Yep.
And they get a lot of attention from that, and people are really interested in it too, and now they have to be careful what they say, so now it's almost like you're forced to accept it.
I have a good example.
Okay.
We both watch Big Brother.
We do.
And they had the first transgender contestant. Mm-hmm. She couldn't handle it. Because there was more abnormalities, or what's the word? Abnormabilities? Oh. I fucked that word right up. Anomalies?
Anomalies, that sounds right.
Oh, thanks, buddy. There was a lot more wrong with her than just that, is what I think, socially.
Yes.
Because she couldn't handle being on the show.
No. She was expecting people to judge her.
Abnormabilities.
Stop. She was expecting people to judge her,
yep.
And when they didn't and they accepted her, she needed to find another way to gain attention, which is kind of like what you were saying. So she started lashing out on anything. Anytime she felt like someone was judging her or picking on her, on a show where you're trapped in a house with people and you're trying to get each other and vote each other off, she found a way to get pissed about people trying to get her off a show where there's $1 million on the line.
Yep.
And that always bothers me when anybody does that. Because normally people do that. There's people on there who will normally get pissed off when people are trying to vote them off of a show where you are trying to be the sole survivor.
I know.
That's just another topic that we can talk another day. But she was trying. I could see that it was definitely confusing to her that people actually accepted her that quickly.
Yeah, because it's almost like she lost that little spark. That I'm so different, like. Wow, like, all the attention, like, all the controversy, like, all the judginess, like, people accepted it, and they didn't care. And then she probably realized, like, fuck, like, I lost my spark, like, I don't know what to do now, but I still need attention, so I'm gonna be a fucking, I'm gonna lash out, like, I'm gonna be retarded, like, and that's what she did. Yep. And she got her attention.
And she got voted out pretty quickly.
Which I'm glad they did, because... You don't keep somebody around just because they're gay, just because they're transgender, just because of something, you know?
And that's what they should want.
Which is great.
They should want that, though. They should want to be
acceptance.
treated...
That's true acceptance.
But then you got the people in everyday life, not just on Big Brother, that will say, oh, they voted her out because she's transgender, or oh, they didn't vote for her because they're black.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
It's like, but you want to be treated...
no, we're not in the Oscars this year because we're all black.
It's like, what about the other 10 years you got your nominations? Denzel Washington's won Oscars before. Like, it's not like they were on a streak of...
No, we just wanted to have a white Oscars this year.
Yeah. It's like, wait a second, why didn't Will Smith get nominated for Concussion? Because there was 5 other actors who did a better job than that movie. Like,
No, it's because he was black. That's why.
Then why did he get nominated 2 years ago for The Pursuit of Happiness?
Because Black lives matter more than white lives.
So, but what were they trying to get out of that? Because now they're always going to wonder. Because now next year they're gonna have to make sure they have a black person in there, right? Or there's going to be a huge uproar.
We got to make sure we include everybody.
But here's the thing: how are they going to feel? Are they going to even be able to feel that they earned it, or are they going to think, "Oh, there's our token"?
No, then they're probably going to say, "Oh, thanks for the petty Oscar."
Yeah, see, like what?
Like you can't win. You can't win with people.
Like they're going to think there's going to be people who go finally. And then there's going to be people who said, "Wow, they just gave us one. They gave us one nomination. Oscars are still white." Like, when does it end?
Oh my god, it doesn't. It'll never end. There'll always be these kind of problems because there has to be, and I've accepted that because we can't live in a perfect world.
And then a black person's finally going to win the Oscars, and they're going to be like, "Finally, we got our Oscar." It's like, you already have an Oscar. You guys have won multiple Oscars. They just ruined Leonardo DiCaprio's year. That was hard for me to watch.
I know, yeah. He
like,
finally wins, and there's a whole bunch of
Speak about someone who hasn't won. Denzel Washington, Jamie Foxx. Like, all these people have won Oscars and Golden Globes, while Leonardo DiCaprio just sat there and didn't win. He's white and they're black, so I mean... And he's considered one of...
black?
Oh, geez, he wouldn't have even been nominated for those 5, apparently.
There'd be an uproar every year.
Yep.
Free DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Free him from the social justice.
If they want to get more if they want to get more nominations, they need to step up and make more roles for themselves and get black writers, good black writers, to stop writing these movies where it's like holiday Christmas parties with the big black families. It's just a big stereotypical joke. And
those are so fun, though.
Oh, they're so fun, but I mean, they could have been using those efforts to write a Oscar.
Can you imagine there was a movie that was stereotypically white?
Oh boy,
about a white family, like acting as white as possible in a white setting with a white,
And then they bring the one black boyfriend over, a girlfriend, and just like they do in the movies with the white boyfriend, and they just make fun of him the whole time, and it'd be like it'd be an outroar. But you know what? When was the last time a movie with black people in it did not involve slavery? that got nominated for an Oscar.
What are you saying there, Jamie?
I'm saying maybe they should move on from that.
They should let it go.
Yeah. They keep going back to the well on that one.
There were more Irish slaves than black slaves. I'll keep saying it.
Like, I understand, like, it's a big part of their heritage, and I understand that. And I mean, it makes for a hell of a dramatic movie. But I mean, it's been the last 4 movies that got nominated that involved a big black audience and big cast of African Americans were also 12 Years a Slave. The one about Martin Luther King that didn't get nominated that people are pissed about. You know what? Hold on. I'm wrong. Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, yeah. That was a great movie.
That was a good movie. See, but that was a good see, they need to make more movies like that.
But because if you ask me, the best guy in that movie was, what's his name?
Paul Giamatti?
Yeah.
The white guy?
And it's not, I'm not even saying that because of that. Which people, just because he's white, you're saying that. No, he was the best fucking actor in that movie.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I didn't see it.
Oh, you haven't seen that movie yet?
No.
Oh, man. He is. No, he is.
I just know it was good because I think it was nominated for Best Picture, or it wasn't, but it was close. It was a good movie. See, they need more people to write movies like that about more different aspects of black culture. And there is a Denzel Washington movie coming out. It's always Denzel, though. Denzel's always good. It's the good roles. But
Denzel's awesome.
Denzel's coming out with a movie, and it looks like this is gonna play well with the Oscars crowd, and I could see him getting nominated for an Oscar. So there you go. They're gonna get one. But this movie actually looks like it's gonna be really intense. And it's about black culture, but it's not like your usual going back to the well with slaves and rap music.
There's nothing that makes me happier than just people of any color, any like, but it's like you see a lot of white people who talk like this, and there's like they understand, and it's just great to see people of other ethnicity talk with such logic, and they understand. Like, I've shared videos of like there's this black guy he made a post, and he was with the cops, and I forget if he was talking about he said he had a gun or something in his car, and he made it very clear to the cops. He made it clear to the cops. He put his hands up, like he did all the things, because he's aware of the world right now. And for a little while there, it seemed on social media that black people were being targeted by the police. So him knowing this, decided when he was pulled over by the police to make it known that he had a gun, to make it known that he wasn't a threat. And he posted this, and he wrote, "All lives matter. This is what's happening, but this is the world we have to live in, and we have to live in this together. And whatever's happening in the media, whatever's being put on social media, like, it's happening, and it's happening to everyone. So we all need to work together. In whatever situation is happening right now, you just got to deal with it, because things just don't change like that. And as soon as you try to change it all, you're just creating this stupid movement. Like, Black Lives Matter started out as such a great like principle, and it just turned into this fucking crybaby show. Mm-hmm. And like, it's just, the world we live in, you gotta deal with it. Doesn't matter.
That is a great note to end on, Jake.
So, do we get the cue?
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Because I have a time clock in my head.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have great.
What time is it right now?
I know what time we started at.
Oh, were you looking at your phone?
I just kind of looked to see. I was like, it seems like it's been about half an hour, which is the time we slot for our podcast here. Jake, it's been great talking with you.
This has been a good one.
It's been a good one. Little plug. Follow us on Twitter. Like our Facebook page. All our shit's on SoundCloud. And now it's on YouTube
it's
as well.
It's on YouTube too now.
No one's watching it on YouTube. Thanks for watching, though. Have a good night.
See you later.
Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big day. Wherever there's a hang, you'll find a spider.